What's up, House of Hope? It's the Flavor King, guys, and today we're going to be making some southern fried okra. I know you guys probably saying, ooh, I don't like okra, it's too slimy or whatever, but I'm going to tell you, the way we're going to deep fry this thing, you're not going to taste any slime. And this is a great way to eat your vegetables. Let's cook. Okay, guys, so here are the ingredients that we're going to need to make our fried okra. So what I have in here is a 1/3 cup of cornmeal and 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And I mixed it with a teaspoon of each of our Creole seasoning, black pepper, and kosher salt. So what I've already done is to my buttermilk mixture, I've added buttermilk and an egg, and I've already put some of the okra in there to soak. So what we do, once we got the okra soaking, now this is frozen okra. So I put it in the colander and let some of the buttermilk drain off. And then we're gonna put it in our flour combination and then to the fryer. Okay guys, look, we're back. We have our oil heating up and I've added my okra to the flour mixture. So we just go ahead and toss those up, get all of them coated, and then we'll add them to the oil. And we're gonna let these fry on about 350 degrees. That's about a medium-high heat, for about 3 to 4 minutes until they're nice and crispy and golden brown. All right, guys, look, it's been 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Our okra is done. Got a nice, crunchy exterior. The okra is cooked nice and tender on the inside. We'll get the rest of the batches in. As soon as they come out, you want to hit them with a little pinch of salt. Not a lot, just a little. Just a little. Here are our ingredients for our red rice. Got some brown sugar. We got some chopped onions and bell peppers. We use about a 1.5 pounds of that rice. I got some bacon grease there. I'll add some chopped sausage. Got some tomato paste and tomato sauce. Granulated garlic, salt, pepper, and all those measurements will be in the description. Okay, we got our bacon grease in the pot. We're gonna let that melt down, and then we'll add in our onions, bell peppers, and get those sauteed up. And then once we got those kind of translucent, we'll add in our sausage, the brown nose. Here, we have about a 1.5 pounds of rice. I use long grain, but you can use parboil also. And we're gonna put this in the oven. We're gonna put this rice in the oven for about 35-40 minutes until the rice is fluffy. We have our oven preheated at 350. All right, so we have our onions and bell peppers in the sauteing. I like color in my food. You can use just the regular onion and the green peppers, green bell peppers, but I use green, orange, and red bell peppers. So we're gonna let that saute down in that bacon grease. You can use canola oil, you can use butter, but I'm extra. So I used our bacon grease. That's gonna add another layer of flavor. Okay, so we got our meat in there browning. Like I said, we got our bacon fat in there, our bacon grease, and that's gonna pull in all those flavors. That's gonna pull in the flavors from those bell peppers and onions, the sausage, when we add that seasoning and that tomato and paste and sauce, and man, that's gonna make the perfect sauce for your rice, for your red rice. That grease gonna act like a carrier of all those flavors. Okay, so we added in our seasoning, and what we wanna do now is start to mix that before that garlic starts to brown. So you wanna mix that in. So you wanna mix that in, like I said.
that bacon oil, that grease is gonna start to carry all of those flavors we just put in there. It's already smelling amazing. Like that brown sugar, added some brown sugar in that 2 tablespoons. That's gonna cut down the bitterness on that tomato paste and that tomato sauce once it get in there. All right, so now we got that. We'll add in our 4 cups of water. Okay, we added our 4 cups of water to the pot, and we're gonna bring that to a nice rolling boil. And then once it gets to a boil, we'll add in our tomato paste and our tomato sauce. Now the tomato paste is a concentrate, so we're not gonna use I'm gonna use probably a half a can of that, but I'll use the 2 cans of tomato sauce. That tomato paste is gonna give it that dark red flavor that we're looking for in our red rice. Okay, so that's what we're looking for right there. And now we're gonna add in our tomato sauce and tomato paste. Okay, so I've added 23 ounces of our tomato sauce and 3 ounces of tomato paste. That's half a can. Like I had a 6-ounce can, I put 3 ounces in it. So we're gonna bring this back to a boil. Just stir that around. And we'll bring that back to a boil and add it to the rice. Okay, we got our red sauce going. It's just about time to add it to the rice. So you might not add all of this to the rice. You want to add your liquids so it's just above the rice, okay? You don't want to add too much liquid because you can't take it out. So it's easier to add liquid in than to try to take it out of the pot. Once it's in there, there's nothing you can do about it and your red rice will be gummy. Okay. So as you see, we've added our tomato sauce to our rice. You can still see the rice peeping through the sauce. That's kind of what we want. Like I said, we don't want to add too much liquid and our rice come out gummy. So once you have that in there, you want to go ahead and wrap it up very tight with foil. Okay, we got our pan all wrapped up, nice and tight with the foil, and we'll add that into the oven. Like I said, we got an oven on 350, preheated to 350, and we'll do that for about 45 minutes, or until our rice comes out. The rice is out. I'm gonna fluff it up. It looks like it's still a little bit hard, so I'll add a little more liquid. Cover it back up and leave it in there for about 20 more minutes. Red rice done. Out of the oven. Tastes divine.
We are still talking all about the season of fall.
Hey, Miss Cam. Hey, Miss Cam.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jermaine Dolly, Mr. Hello Dolly himself, and guess what? You're tuned in to Tea and Worship with my homies, Mignon and Corey. Keep it out, y'all.
Hey y'all, it's Candy West, and you're watching Tea and Worship with Mignon and Corey.
It's your boy James Fortune, and you are watching my favorite news show, Tea and Worship, with my sis Mignon and Corey.
Right now I have 2 slabs of spare ribs. I'm gonna show you how to do one, and then we're gonna cut that up. You're gonna see what we do. We got 2 parts pepper, 1 part salt. We're gonna season that up, and we're gonna get it out there on the grill. We're gonna smoke that, keep it around 275, and we're gonna smoke it for about 3 hours. Okay, and that fat gonna render down, and we're gonna get it going. See all this fat right here? We're gonna cut this off. We're gonna cut all that fat off right there. Not all of it, but most of it, because that's not gonna cook down. Then we'll take off this skirt right here, remove the membrane, cut off this gristle, and we're gonna square this out. We're gonna make this meat like a rectangle, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. We ain't gonna use no mustard on this one to bind it up. You gotta make sure your knife is sharp. Like, you're not gonna remove all of the fat, but just what you can grab. That's what we're looking for, okay? Just taking all that fat, as much as you can grab out of there, okay? Now when we cut that back piece, we're gonna keep that, because that's when you go to the rib shack and you tell them to give you some small ends, that's what they give you. But yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna cut this okay, so we got the skirt off. We still cut off some of the fat back here. As you can see, like I said, we got right here, you can feel it. You can feel a little bone right there. Well, it's not bone, it's actually gristle. You can just cut through that, right? And then we're gonna square this meat off. You can feel the top of the rib right there. So that's kind of like the line we're gonna cut to square this thing up, okay? All this is the rib tip. That's them short end of the rib. Yeah, so we're gonna use that. We got that all rectangled up, and this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a nice rectangular shape. Get my little spritzer ready. It's gonna consist of some apple juice, some of that W sauce, some of that Worcestershire, and a little bit of olive oil. All right, so we want to put a nice coating of this pepper and salt mixture on your ribs. Like I said, this is 2 parts pepper, coarse black pepper, 1 part kosher salt. And this is all we're gonna use. You know, you wanna hit them sides too, make sure you get all that. So we got this salt and pepper. We're gonna get that all over your meat. We're gonna cut this little back end off too. I wanna square it up a little bit more. All right, so that looks good right there. Gonna press that down into the meat, and it's gonna be good to go. All right, guys, so on the back side, we got this membrane right here. We're gonna cut that off. What you do is just get you a knife or a spoon, get up under the membrane. Okay, grab it, that paper towel, give it a little grip, and you just remove that membrane. That's like that. Now see, this is those small ends, those short end ribs. I'm gonna separate these and I'll put them up to be cooked later when I want some small ends, but that's what all that is right there. Some small end ribs. Pepper today, okay? Make sure you get the coarse black pepper. Let that meat absorb that in. We're gonna let it rest for about 30 minutes. Let those seasonings get in there. And I'll go fire up the grill. Like I said, we want to get that grill at about 275. We're gonna let it stay like that until about an hour and a half or two in. Then I'll take it out and wrap it up. Now I'll put some butter, some brown sugar and honey in that foil packet. And we're gonna wrap that up and we're gonna let it cook out, get super tender, super tasty. And when these ribs gonna be ready. All right, guys, I got my wood chips soaking. I'm gonna put those on the direct side. I soak them in water so we can still get that good smoke and then they don't burn down as fast. So we're gonna hit that up like that. That smoke is gonna come from this side into the opening and it's gonna smoke the meat on the other side, okay? We wanna keep that temperature, like I said, at maybe around 275 degrees. We're gonna put our ribs on. We wanna put them together, squish them up. It's gonna be all indirect heat on these, indirect heat. We'll come back out here in about an hour, take a look at them, see where they are. Got the rib over here. It's gonna leak the juices down in here. Like I said, I got the thyme, butter, garlic, rosemary, salt, and as those juices from the meat drip down in here, that'll make our base for the steak. Be back in an hour. All right, guys, we're coming back out to the grill about an hour and a half later. So we're gonna lift it up. We're gonna see what we got. We got the ribeye back there, looking delicious. We got these 2 slabs of ribs. And I went on ahead and I put some hot dogs on the grill over here. So these bad boys on fire. So yeah, this is what we doing. Right here grilling. Whoa, lost one. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take the ribs off the grill. I think I got enough smoke with it. I'm gonna wrap them up. I'm gonna wrap them up in the foil with the brown sugar and butter and honey. You know, you can see the bones starting to show now, but I still want to render all that fat and membrane back there. So we still maybe got maybe another hour on the ribs, okay? We about to wrap them up. I'll be back. I'll show you the wrap up process too. Okay, so we're gonna start with the meat side down. I want the meat side down when I wrap it up. So look, we're gonna put some butter. We're gonna put some parquet down there. Okay, we're gonna put that down there. Some honey. Brown sugar. That's our little mixture right there, right? I'm gonna put that on the grill, meat side down. We want all this meat right here to be tender. And give me some of your brown sugar. Yes. But that's it right there, folks. This is gonna be it, I'm telling you. All right, so we'll be back. I'm gonna wrap up the second one and we'll be ready to put these back on the grill. Okay guys, we're gonna put our ribs back on the grill now. They're all wrapped up. Like I said, we're going meat side down on these. We're gonna let all that top meat cook and that butter and that honey and that brown sugar. It's gonna give it amazing flavor. Amazing. Let me see. That ribeye still feel like it's about medium rare. I'll get my temperature, my thermometer and see what it is, but. looks delicious though. All right, thank y'all. We'll be back.
Okay, guys, I just brought those ribs in. You can see that meat is rendered from the back of that bone. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Hey, man, it cooked in that honey and that butter and that brown sugar. Man, that just make that meat so tender. Yeah, I'm about to chop these up. Y'all will see them. All right, guys, the meat is done. I've cut it up. Let it sit and render for, I'm gonna pick this one calling my name right here. Look at that. It's juicy. Now let's see how that bite is. Oh my God. Well, that's all the chain right there. This is restaurant quality meat. We bring it to your table, just like the restaurants do it, but better. Bar none. This is gonna be the best rib you ever had. I promise you that.